Hi, today we are going to talk about how to drive event attendance in your network marketing business. My name is Tasha Smith. I'm the founder of Emerge Sales Training, and we help committed network marketers grow a thriving team with lots of happy customers so that they can have more impact, more income, and overall more joy in their business. And so let's get into it. Why is it so important to increase event attendance? Well, before we do that, let's go ahead and define what is an event. An event is an in-home class, party, or social, maybe a local corporate event, maybe a Zoom online training that you're doing for your team, or something big like convention. Why is it important to invite people to go to these and invite people to these? Well, typically commitment level, when we're around in our normal environment, we tend to behave how we behave in our normal environment. And it is really important for us to think differently, to actually leave the environment we're normally in and be around different people, and really to have that social proof to create enthusiasm and confidence and hopes for the future. Just a simple act of bringing your team member outside of their home and into a different space creates a different level of clarity, a different level of creativity. I find this for myself. I don't love traveling. I actually dislike it very, very much. It throws off my routine. It really impacts my coaching schedule. But I usually have some sort of aha moment when I'm gone, because when I'm here in my office, I'm used to doing a certain thing. I'm following up with clients, I'm coaching, I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again. And even as I'm recording this past week, my business partner, Karen, and I, we actually did a little retreat. She usually flies out to California because I do a lot of training or traveling for speaking. And so she usually makes a trip out. And if we were to stay here, I would kind of be in a little bit of a rut. We actually went to a place about 30 minutes away. Yes, I happened to be by the beach because I live in Southern California, but we didn't even go very far. But it helped me to just really disconnect from my normal habits and my normal way of thinking. And just that act in and of itself, I think has already increased my focus, my productivity, my performance, my motivation, all of these different things just by leaving my house and thinking with one person. Now imagine if I did that with a bunch of coaches, right? That would have an even, more profound effect, right? If I had that opportunity. And so that's why we want to have our team members come to events, even though they may not be super convenient. It's not about what they learn at an event, it's about how they feel at the event. And those feelings of the event, they create action, and action creates income and confidence and all that, right? So let's talk about some keys on how to do that. Probably the biggest mistake that I see leaders make is they just inform people about events. Hey, this event is happening, and they kind of think you should go. This is kind of like telling a customer, hey, we have this kit or this pack. We would never do that with a customer. When we enroll a customer, we'll set up a time to talk to them. We'll learn about their goals. We'll explain the products, the features, and the benefits, how it's going to help their life. And then we're going to maybe ask them, would they like to buy? Give them a couple of choices, whatever's more comfortable, and then we help them to move forward. We enroll them. That is the enrollment process. We know we need to do this for customers. Well, when you're getting event attendance, you're actually enrolling them. I heard this at the last conference I was at. You're actually enrolling them into attending the conference. No different, or actually it's a little bit harder than enrolling them just to buy a product. So if we think about the process of getting team members to commit and sign up and attend an event, if we start thinking, okay, how many people can I enroll into attending this event? You can take the skills that you already have, or if you need to develop them, let us know. We'll help you. But you can take those skills you already have and then apply them in the scenario. So I have a couple of tips for you here for for just getting more people to events so you can have a more stable business and you can have more fun. And I think at these events, leaders catch a spark and they become leaders instead of followers, and you want that in your business. The first step, so I'm going to use for the examples of this conversation, I'm going to use the example of a convention, like your annual company convention. The more people you have there, right, the more your income is going to grow in the 6 months after that convention. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean every single person is going to, their life is going to transform. They're all of a sudden going to do a bunch of stuff, but the more people you have there, the more likely it is that you'll have a handful of people that have a spark and they change. And if you do that consistently year over year for 5 years, you're going to have a bunch of people that are excited and engaged. Okay, so the first thing, most people miss this. Set a goal for how many people do you want. Let's say you went to your convention alone last year. It was just you and you went with maybe someone in your upline, or you went all by yourself. So this year, set a goal. I'm going to have 3 people come to convention. Do you have a mid-sized team? You had 10 people there. Set a goal this year. 15 people on your team. If you had 100, right, make it 120. Just everything starts with a goal so that you can know if you're doing a good job or not. Put it somewhere where you can see it. So let's say your goal for this year is 10, put 10 people at convention, put it where you can see it, where you can work, so it's kind of top of mind. The second thing is think about how many yeses you might need in order to get those 10 people to actually attend. If you have 10 people, not all 10 people are going to actually show up, even if they buy the ticket, even if they pay for the hotel in advance. Things will come up. I would recommend that if you want 10 people to go, maybe have 12 or 13 sign up. That way you're expecting the last minute cancellations that happen all the time and you're not like devastated from it. If you have 10 people sign up, you'll probably have 6, 7, or 8 people actually go. So just keep that in mind, that you want to enroll maybe 12, 13, 14 people if you want 10 people to attend. Okay, the third thing is make a list of people right now that you're thinking of that might want to do it. And this could be serious builders on your team. This could be kind of part-time people or people that are really there for the community. I want you to also think about people that are just customers. Sometimes they love convention. Make a list of people that you're going to actually have a conversation with and invite them to this particular event. Remember, we're enrolling. I also want you to keep in mind that people you haven't met yet will go with you. Every time I have a client that attends a convention, they have 1 or 2 people that just enrolled in the past month. So don't give up on your goal, even if you only have a handful of people that are going to want to go. Make sure that you continue to keep that goal in front of you and go for it. The worst thing that happens, if you went alone last year and your goal this year is 10, and you work toward it all the way through, and you do the different behaviors that create that, and you end up with 7, sure, you missed your goal, but holy cow, friend, you had 1 person last year, and now you have 7. And if you were able to double that again, that would be 14. Like, that would just keep going and going over the next 5 years, and it would be amazing. So the fourth tip is to brainstorm why they would care. I recently did a podcast or a video, depending on how you're watching this or consuming this, on building value for people. And we talked about building value for customers. Well, you have to do the same thing for builders. Why would they care? Brainstorm a list of how will attending this convention impact their overall quality of life? Remembering that people don't really necessarily always learn things or skills at a convention. It's a lot of other intangibles. So you'll need to really brainstorm it so that you can build the value and explain how awesome it's going to be. Stories really help here to build value. Number 5, speak to them about it. Have a conversation. Ask them things like, what are their goals and what would they love to see in their business? And have they thought about attending convention? And here's how much it would probably cost. What do you think? Here's what it's going to cost. Here are all the reasons that it might be a good fit. I would love to go with you. Are we bold enough to say, will you come? I would love for you to come. Sometimes we get so scared about that rejection, especially from a team member, that we don't even ask them like we actually want them to come. That would be like me telling my business partner, yeah, you can come anytime to California. Like, no, I have to say, hey, I want you to come. I want you to come on these dates. I think this would be amazing. Here's where we're going to go. We got to build the value to get someone to be on a plane instead of just saying, hey, anytime you want to come, just come. It's not about informing people. Actually invite them strongly. And then ask them, can we talk more about if this is a good fit for you? In that conversation, you might also need to ask things like, who else needs to be on board? For me, when I travel, I do need to check with Charlie, not to get permission necessarily, but to make sure the logistics work out. If Charlie has to work and my mom is out of town, we have some scrambling to do before I can say yes to something. So make sure you ask who else needs to be on board and what are the things that they will care about. Take a few minutes to explain the costs involved, and then you can even work with them to make a plan to earn the money. Because then it's not an expense, it's an investment, and it's a wash, and you can work with them on that. Once you enroll someone, keep them excited over and over and over again. My brother is getting married in a few months, and of course, yes, I bought the ticket, I booked the hotel room, but the fact that it keeps coming up in conversation keeps me excited and motivated. I'm not going to not go, but I want to be excited about it when I'm there. So don't disconnect from this, right? Keep it kind of top of mind to make sure that they actually come. Remember the worst case scenario, if they come to convention and they don't decide to be a $100,000 earner, that's okay. They probably had a really good time with you. They probably went to a place they've never been before. They probably met people they didn't know before. There's really only upside for them going. It's not likely they're going to end up like literally bankrupt if they go to this convention. And so I really want you to convention or any event, have conviction that it has a chance to transform them and that the upside is so much more than the downside of them being busy or something costing money. So here's a quick summary for you guys. More people attending events will create more leadership in your team. So set a goal, build value, and work with them to enroll just like you would work with a customer to enroll with a pack, and you will see your attendance increase and your business grow. I hope this was helpful for you. Have an awesome day.